Hi guys, this is Anil Deshpande. Welcome back to another session on Code Tutor. In the previous video, we have already seen what are all the various technology landscape looks like. This particular video, we will be mainly talking about pros and cons of using any one particular mobile application development methodology. Let us first see the approach of mobile web. In case of mobile web, the web technologies such as HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, jQuery mobile, and what you do is you basically render a website in a mobile browser. There is nothing but a browser. What you try to do is keep the overall look and feel of the website like an app. In case you need to support multiple layouts, you use something called a responsive web design. There are two ways of doing it: progressive enhancement and graceful degradation. These are the two school of thoughts as far as responsive web design are concerned. At the end of the day, what you are still looking at is a website that is made to look like an app. Examples that I can think of which usually come under this category are smashingmagazine.com, which uses responsive web design, and Book My Show. It is another popular website. If you hit the website with yum prefix, then the website that you are seeing is basically a mobile customized website. Advantages of this approach are definitely it is pretty straightforward because it is a website development. It is very easy to get started with the development, as good website developer can develop even a mobile website as well. You have multiple platform support because any mobile device which has got a browser will be able to render that particular pages, which basically means reduced development effort because you are maintaining the single code base. There are very minimal tweaks needed to address the platform specific peculiarities. Of course, there are some cons as well. The performance of the app is restricted by the browser capability. It is not suited for highly performance intensive applications like virtual reality, complex image rendering, processing, computations, because you will not get native raw power in a browser. That is why it is not suited to build resource intensive apps using this particular methodology. You cannot harness the hardware capabilities of the device, such as sensors, accelerometer, gyroscope, those kind of stuff. You can only do so much as the browser will allow us to do. That is the disadvantage of mobile web methodology. Now let us go through mobile web cross-platform methodology. It is an approach where you use the web technologies to develop the app and render the UI in web views inside an app. It is not a browser, but it is a browser inside an app. You use a cross-platform such as Cordova or PhoneGap to access the platform-specific features. In some cases, you use responsive web design if at all you need to support multiple screen layouts. And what you get out of this is not a simple browser-based website, but basically an app, which is an installable app. You see everything inside the context of a browser inside an app. Some of the examples are Quora, LinkedIn. The advantages of this methodology are it is a combination of the website development and platform specific APIs provided by the Cordova and PhoneGap. Definitely there is a less learning curve involved because anybody who has done bit of mobile web development or a web development can get started with cross-platform mobile web approach as well. And you can still support multiple platforms. Page will get rendered on any mobile device or platform which supports the cross-platform, which also means there is a only single code base. There are very minimal tweaks required to make sure that the app works on multiple platforms. But it doesn't mean that this is the silver bullet. There are disadvantages as well. The performance of the app is still not as good as a native app. It is not suited for highly performance intensive apps like virtual reality, complex image rendering and computation. You cannot harness all the hardware capabilities of the device. You can only harness only those which are supported by the Cordova or PhoneGap plugins. There will be some features which are very platform specific and those cannot be accessed across multiple platforms. In some cases, we need to resort to a lot of native coding. You cannot just completely ignore the native coding and hope that you will completely build the application just based on the Cordova and PhoneGap cross-platform capability. Let us see the another approach, which is basically a cross-compiler methodology. What you do here is you write a source code using the cross-compiler supported programming language. It could be a JavaScript or it could be a C#, depending upon which particular platform that you are using. Titanium uses JavaScript and Xamarin uses C#. You write the application using a single programming language, a single code base, and then you generate an executable, and these executables are then compiled into native platform specific code or converted into native code at the runtime. Advantages of this particular cross compiler based approach are it will support the multiple platforms in the single code base. Because you are using only one single code base, the development effort will be reduced. It would be as performant as native app because whatever the code that you have written is getting cross compiled into the platform specific code. The native platform specific UI look and feel of the apps can be achieved using this methodology and can support multiple mobile platforms. Titanium supports iOS and Android. Xamarin supports iOS, Android and Windows. Some of the apps which are built using this methodology are Expensify, Flipboard, Cinemark and MixRadio. What are the disadvantages? No 100% support for all of the UI widgets in all platforms. Then delay in syncing up with the new native API releases. As soon as Android or iOS releases new APIs, most of these platforms take some time to support those new API in their platform. Platforms are still not mature. Major platforms that are supported like Android, iOS and Windows, and in some cases not even Windows. So that brings us to the end of the part 2. Give me your feedback and let me know what else you would like to see in this particular Code Tutor series. Take care. Bye.